6 things a man needs in a relationship. Hey ladies, ever noticed how sometimes men and women just think differently? I mean, there are things that we guys secretly love, but women don't have any idea about it. That's because the things men really adore often leave women scratching their heads, thinking, really? Is that what he wants? And more often, without this understanding, women might unintentionally do the exact opposite of what men deeply desire in a relationship. It's not anyone's fault, it's just the intriguing maze of gender dynamics. So, what do men exactly want and need in a relationship? That's what I'm going to cover in this video, and we'll discuss 6 things a man needs in a relationship. Trust me, once you hear these, a lot of things will click into place. So watch the video until the end, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the Brainy channel and hit the bell icon, so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Getting back to the video, let's start from number 1. Number 1. Men don't want to be changed. Accept us as we are. In relationships, men are often pressured to fit into predefined molds, be it the strong silent type or the always in control alpha. There's a deep-seated desire to just be. Be imperfect. Be quirky. Be real. That means if he's a guy who can binge-watch sci-fi movies all weekend or has an undying love for cheesy 80s rock, he wants to know that you adore him, not despise those things, because they're a part of him. Let's paint a clearer picture with a relatable scenario. Meet Jake. He's a guy in his early 30s and has an odd passion, collecting vintage comic books. To him, they're not just paper and ink, they're childhood memories, tales of heroism, and a connection to simpler times. Now, when he started dating some girl, she couldn't quite fathom the allure of these old books. She wondered why a grown man would spend hours engrossed in colorful pages meant for kids. She even subtly hinted a couple of times that maybe he could consider a more grown-up hobby. Jake felt deflated. He began to feel that a fundamental aspect of who he was being nudged to change. But then one day, Lisa decided to read one of Jake's comics, trying to see it through his eyes. It might not have become her favorite pastime, but she understood its value to Jake. On his birthday, she surprised him with a vintage edition that he had been searching for. That gesture was monumental. It wasn't about the comic book, but the message it conveyed. I see you, and I cherish your quirks. That's the acceptance men seek. Because when a man feels truly accepted, he doesn't just fall in love with the person who offers it, he also becomes more open, vulnerable, and connected, paving the way for a deeper bond. So, ladies, keep that in mind. Number 2. Men love respect from women. Respect isn't just a term to be thrown around lightly. For many men, it's the bedrock of a relationship. While love, affection, and intimacy are undeniably important, the feeling of being genuinely respected holds its unique allure. Men, like anyone else, don't want to feel undervalued or dismissed. Let's take an example. For instance, Tom is a software engineer and prides himself on his problem-solving abilities. One evening, the internet goes out. While he's assessing the router, trying various fixes, his partner Sarah immediately chimes in, maybe we should call someone to fix it. Before he even got a chance to. Tom couldn't help but feel a tad undermined. Not because Sarah didn't trust him, but it felt like she didn't give him the chance to prove himself. It's simple moments like these that can make a man feel belittled or questioned, even if unintentionally. When a man's judgment or capabilities are doubted, it directly impacts his self-esteem. But respect goes beyond just giving space to figure things out. It's about valuing his opinions and genuinely considering them. It's in the little things. Asking him how he feels about a decision, listening intently when he shares something, or even just understanding that sometimes he might see things differently. And that's okay. Genuine respect is an acknowledgement of a partner's abilities, thoughts, feelings, and decisions. For men, this acknowledgement goes a long way in fostering trust, openness, and a deeper connection. It assures them that they're with someone who sees their worth and cherishes it. Number 3. Appreciation. Ever heard the saying, it's the little things that count? Well, for most men, this couldn't be more accurate. While grand gestures are lovely and memorable, the everyday subtle signs of appreciation hold immense value. Let's take Jake, who had a long day at work. He decides to pick up dinner on the way home as a surprise for his partner Lisa. When he walks through the door, tired but with a smile, handing over the bag, Lisa's face lights up and she says, "You remembered, I was craving this last week, thank you." That acknowledgement, that tiny moment of gratitude, makes Jake's exhausting day feel worth it. It's a confirmation that his actions, no matter how small, have a meaningful impact. Men have an innate desire to feel significant in their partner's eyes. This doesn't necessarily mean they want to play the role of a hero daily, but they crave that reassurance that their efforts, their gestures, and their very essence is noticed and cherished. When a man feels appreciated, he feels empowered. That drive to win, to make his partner happy, is fueled by consistent and genuine gratitude. A simple thank you for taking out the trash, acknowledging how he always knows how to make you laugh, or just expressing gratitude for the safety and stability he brings to the relationship can make all the difference. Appreciating and valuing a man's qualities, both big and small, reinforces the bond and intimacy in a relationship. When a man feels genuinely valued, he's more motivated, committed, and connected. It's a cycle of positivity where appreciation begets effort, and effort begets further appreciation. And the foundation? A relationship that grows stronger with time. Number 4. Men too want care and consideration. Men, when finally reaches home exhausted to the bone, wants that when he pushes the door open, he's met with a loving smile, a tight hug, and the soothing ambience of their shared living space. Just that single moment of genuine warmth acts like a salve to his worried soul. For many men, such moments define the sanctity and comfort of their relationships. It's not about grand cinematic gestures, but the small everyday acts of love and kindness that strike a chord. While the stereotype often paints men as the protector, the breadwinner, or the pillar of strength, it sometimes overlooks the simple truth. Men, just like everyone else, need to be taken care of. It doesn't mean that he always wants things done for him. No, it's subtler than that. It's about understanding, about sensing what he needs, a bit of space after a taxing day, or when he might need a pick-me-up. It's about reading between the lines of his "I'm okay" and discerning the unspoken words. Now, being attentive and present in the relationship doesn't only mean being there for him during the lows, but also cheering him on during the highs. Let him know that you're his sanctuary. In return, gently guide him to be there for you too. Because as much as men might not always catch the unsaid, they deeply appreciate clear communication. Letting him know when you need some tender loving care or just someone to vent to can pave the way for a balanced and nourishing relationship. The beauty lies in the give and take, the symbiotic dance of mutual care. Number 5. Men need desire and intimacy. For many men, the bridge between emotional and physical intimacy is shorter than most women might think. It's not just about the act of sex, but rather the myriad little ways in which intimacy manifests. The touches, the glances, the lingering kisses, these all culminate into a language of love that resonates deeply with most men. In relationships, it's a common misconception that men are always seeking just the physical act. In truth, it's often about feeling wanted, feeling desired, and a gentle touch on the arm, a flirty text, or even just a suggestive smile can convey this sense of sexual connection, reminding him of the spark you both share. Mutual understanding is the key. If he initiates, it doesn't always mean he's seeking the end game of sex. Sometimes it's just his way of checking in, a gentle reminder of the intimate bond you share. It's a tender nudge, asking, "Are we still on this electrifying journey together?" So while women are thinking that all men want our sex, men actually are yearning for that feeling, and more often a gentle hug or kiss can do that. Now, the problem here with women is that they only allow these small intimacy acts only when they are up for the sex and think that men are same too. So try to understand this, and it's very important. Number 6. Men want encouragement. After a hard day, when an average man comes home with a cloud of frustration looming over him, instead of immediately unloading his worries, he hesitates, fearing the added burden of misunderstanding or judgment. But if his partner takes one look at him, offers a comforting hand on his shoulder, and says, "Hey, I'm here for you, let's talk." For men, such gestures of encouragement are golden. It's not just about hearing words of affirmation, it's about genuinely feeling that someone believes in their potential even during their lowest moments. When the world feels like an uphill battle, having someone by their side cheering them on makes all the difference. Contrary to popular belief, men aren't always the stoic pillars they're portrayed as. They have their moments of vulnerability, doubts, and insecurities, and while they might not always voice it out loud, they deeply crave acknowledgement and reassurance. So instead of jumping into problem-solving mode, sometimes what he needs is just a patient ear. The mere act of listening without immediately offering advice can be the biggest form of encouragement. And remember, touch is a universal language. Gently pat their back, give them a warm embrace, or just hold their hand. These small actions can show deep love and unwavering support. It's these simple gestures that tell him, we're in this together. Alright ladies, that's all for today's video. What do you think of today's video? Tell us your views in the comments section. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.